Warrior Super Edition Firestar's Quest by Aaron Hunter. Chapter 5. But there have always been 4 clans in the forest. Not always, Bluester replied. Her voice and her eyes were cold. Once there was 5. Sky Clan's territory lay downriver from Thunder Clan, where the Tulip places now. When the Tulip built their nests many seasons ago, Sky Clan left the forest. There was no room for them then, and there's no room for them now. Where did they go? Firestar asked. I don't know. Far from the skies where Star Clan walks. And the Star Clan never tried to find them? Firestar was shocked that Bluester sounded so dismissed, as if the spirits of their warrior ancestors didn't care that a whole clan had gone away. Their own warrior ancestors went with them, Bluester explained. There was no reason why Sky Clan couldn't have found another home somewhere else. Then what do they want with me? Firestar asked, bewildered. Are they trying to tell me that they want to come back? Why would they do that if they found another home? I don't know, Bluester admitted. But from the first moment I saw you, all the seasons ago, I know you would fight to save our clan. I know you would leave posters behind you that will be remembered as long as the warrior clan survive. Perhaps Sky Clan sees this also. Perhaps they think that only you can help them. Firestar shivered. Are you telling me that I have to find Sky Clan and bring them back to the forest? I'm not telling you any of the kind, Bluester snapped. Where is the room for another clan? But your dream, Firestar protested. Firestar, are these bees in your brain? Bluester's tail lashed. You are Thunder Clan leader and your clans need you. There's nothing in the Warrior Code says that you have to help a clan that has been missing for so long no living cat remembers them. Firestar narrowed his eyes. Bluester was right about his responsibility toward Thunder Clan, but he couldn't forget the wailing of the cats in the moor. How could he ignore them if there was anything he could do to help? It wasn't Bluester's dream that was filled with the shrieks of terrified, fleeing cats. She can't see a pleading, haunted face in every pool of water. And yet, the only reason he had found the courage to lead the forest clans to battle against Blood Clan was because he had believed his warrior ancestor when they told him there had been 4 clans in the forest. A 5th clan was Star Clan, forever protecting the 4 below. Has Star Clan lied? Bluester rested her tail tip on his shoulder and spoke more calmly. Your warrior sisters are watching over you now, just as they always thought. Nothing has changed. Your duty is your own clan now. But Sky Clan is gone. There is no gap where there used to be, no prey or territory waiting them to return. The forest is perfectly divided between the 4 clans who remain. Then it's the will of Star Clan that I just ignore these cats, Firestar challenged her. Don't you care they are suffering? Bluester blinked. There are cats who should argue that should never have been a 5th clan in the forest at all. Why did 4 oaks and fortress? Not if to stand for the 4 clan. Firestar gasped at the massive oak trees and back at Bluester. Fur grew pale, lash of fire through his body. Are you mouse-brained? He snarled. Are you telling me Sky Clan had to live because there weren't enough trees? A look of shock and dismay filled Bluester's eyes. Not waiting for her to reply, Firestar whipped around and waded to the edge of the hollow. Brambles tore at the fur and plunked through the bushes, but pain meant nothing. Ever since he came back to the forest and trusted the warrior ancestors, but he had been lying to him all along. He felt as if taking a step in the ground he thought was soil, only to fall into deep and bitter water. He fought his way through the last of the bushes, but instead of reaching the rim of the hollow, he found himself bucking away in the cavern of the moonstone. His breath was coming in harsh drafts. His fur felt torn and rumbled. His paws stung, and when he licked them, he tasted a salty tang of blood, as if he had running a long way over a stony ground. Far above, through a hole in the roof, clouds covered the moon and stars. The cave was nearly dark. Firestar rose to his paws and leaped across the clay floor, close to panic, until he stumbled into the entrance to the tunnel. When it emerged onto the side of the hill, the steep ridge was threading through the clouds like a wet cobweb. Firestar caught only a fitful glimpse of the moon, but stars was shining over once more. He crawled at the flat where he waited earlier and collapsed there, gazing upward. He could not see kindly of his eyes and the warrior ancestors in the starlight any longer. The spirit of cries of the lost and tortured sky clan echoed through his mind. How am I meant to help them? All those cats must be dead by now. They have left so long ago that no cat remembered them. But where were the scents, the leaving sky clan? Firestar lay on the rock until the sky grew milk pale with the dawn. Then he made his way, paw step by painful paw step, down the hill into the field, leaving jagged peak of the high still behind him. A feeling of betrayal still strolled towards him like a flowing water. He had always respected Sky Clan, trusting them to want the best for the clans. Now he discovered they could make mistakes, just like any living cat. If he couldn't trust them, who would he ever come to share tongues with his warrior ancestors again? His belly felt hollow with hunger. Passing Ravenpaw's barn, he found the temptation to go and see his friends on feast to prey and wait for the soft heap of hay. Ravenpaw was bound to ask him what Starclan had said about the strange cat, and he could not think what he wanted to answer. Ravenpaw was clung to his face in darkly, even though he had left the forest. Could Firestar shatter the fates by revealing how their warrior ancestor lied to all the cats of the forest over and over again? Once he had left the Tulip farm behind, Firestar stopped to hunt, swiffing in the midst and tempting mouths to nibble seeds in the shelter of a hedge. It scarcely took the edge of his hunger, but he was too exhausted to looking for some more. He crawled up under a hot thorn bush and fell headlong into sleep. When he woke, it was almost sun high. Feeling better, Firestar sat up again. Scraping the edge of the field where the corn grew tall, behind it tall golden in the sun, he spotted another mouse that slid between the stems, pounced on it, and killed him with a slight bite into the neck. Gulping down the last few mouthfuls, he headed for the marsh. The sun was going down when he leaped last into the ThunderClan camp. Red light batted the clearing, veiled to the shadow of trees. Firestar let a long, despairing sigh. It was good to be home, but could he really go as clan leader knowing what he knew now? As he hesitated at the mouth of the Gruul's tunnel, Greystar came charging across the warrior's den. Stanster glanced up where she crouched back to the Frishkill pile and padded more slowly to join him. Firestar, you're back! Greystar exclaimed. It's great to see you. Halting in front of his friend, he added more doubtfully. Everything okay? I'm fine, thanks, Firestar replied, everyone an effort. I'm tired, that's all. Sandstorm brushed her tail simplicity along his flank, her green and searched face, and she realized that only weariness troubled him, but she didn't question him, just mewed. Then it's time you got some rest. Listen, Firestar, Greystar went on. The afternoon patrol just got back. I think the fox Halston was talking about had crossed over into ThunderClan territory. At least they picked a strong fox scent on the border, not far from the Tulip Bridge. Firestar squeezed his eyes shut, trying to concentrate on what were meant for the clan. Did they follow the scent? They tried, but they lost in a boggy bit of ground near the stream. Greystar was looking especially at Firestar, waiting for the leader to tell him what to do. His expression turned to alarm his side leg. Firestar felt he was trying to snuggle through brambles inside his head. He could understand the problem of the fact the fox belonged to the other cat a long time ago, had nothing to do with them. Firestar? The sinister murmured, moving closer to feel the warmth of her pulse. Excited squeal of the kids brought Firestar back to the present. The center of the clearing shook in the spring, pouncing on a bundle of moss. Take that, Scarge! Spider Kid Squirrel. Get out of your forest! And take your clan with you! Shurikid landed in the middle of the moss pods flying, scattering the scraps in the wide circle around them. Hey! Rainpaw came bounding from the distance of the elder's den. I just collected all that, he protested. How am I supposed to fix the elder's den, Betty, if I kept messing it up? The two kids exchanged a glance and scampered up side by side back to the nursery, their teeth waving high in the air. Rainpaw watched them go, neck for bristling. then began to collect up the scattered scraps of moss. Watching the kids play reminded Firestar as the clan life was just about Star Clan or even the Warrior Code. His duty lived to purpose his clan snare and make sure they lived long and happy life in the forest. Feeling a trickle of energy began to flow into tired limbs as he hurried back to Greystrack. Right, the fox. Double the patrols on that part of the border and tell the hunting patrols to keep a lookout. We don't want to settle here. Sure, relief fled into Greystrack's eyes as Firestar looked control again. I'll make sure all tomorrow's patrols know about it. He headed toward the warrior's den. Xander stayed with Firestar. You can tell me, she mouthed quietly. I know. I promise I will, but not yet. His mate nodded. Why don't you go to den and rest? I'll bring you some fresh coal. Thanks, but I'll better visit Thunderpelt first. I want to check the Longtail. While Sandster went back to the fresh coal pile, Firestar paddled across the darkling camp and brushed through the fern tunnel to the Thunderpelt's land. The immense cat was bent over Longtail, scamming his eyes. As Firestar called out the greeting, the tabby warrior set up a turret to him. Firestar stopped dead, his tail pricking with horror. The Longtail's eyes was open now. They was clouding the sea, waiting stiffly. Can you see? Firestar's voice into the ass, choking back in splunge of pity. It was the last thing Longtail wanted. A bit, Longtail replied, but everything is blurred. His eyes are still infected, Thunderpelt explained, her looking exhausted, her grateful ruffle and the blue eyes dull with defeat. I tried every herb and every bird I can think of, and nothing will clear it up. Longtail clung to Bracken where he said long burn. I'm just going to be bad enough to clean, he growled. No, Firestar exclaimed. I won't yell you say that. Look at Braveheart. She learned to fight with only one eye. At least she has one good eye, Longtail hissed. You might as well live in the forest for the foxes. That will never happen, not while I'm leader of this clan. Firestar hissed back. First shook him, not call Longtail, but himself not having enough power to protect his warrior from the consequences of his injury. Trying to sound calm, he added, Besides, you haven't lost your sight yet. Cinderpelt will do her best to find a nerve that works. I'll keep trying, Cinderpelt vowed, backing into Firestar with her tail, and leaped over to the front tunnel. You better leave Longtail alone for now, she advised quietly. He's badly shocked, and he needs a while to get used to the idea his eyes might not get better. Firestar nodded. Okay. Raising his voice, said, Don't worry about the thing, Longtail. You always have a place in ThunderClan. I'll come and see you again soon. Returning through the tunnel to the twig clearing, Firestar still choked with pity and fury too, that this would should happen one of his warriors. He remembered the life that Brindlefoot had given him when he became a clan leader, life for protection, the care of mother for her kids. He had expected the life to be warm and gentle, but instead it had turned with a shock of fire and ice together. He had felt the raw, nervous urge to fight and kill, the spirit of it brought to protect young, helpless cats. Now thinking of Longtail's dreaded cut with losing his sight, Firestar understood more clearly what the instant meant. As clan leader, he would rip out all his claws to protect any of his clanmates. The den under the high rock was cool and quiet. Sinister had left rabbits for him, and Firestar settled down to eat. Now that he was alone, he felt a lump of drifting leaf. Yet he was beginning to see a way forward, a way to care for his clan, even though his trust in the Star Clan had been scattered. He was curling up comfortably when the shadow fell across the den entrance. He looked at the Cinderbell, her head and shoulders turning back to stick a licking. Longtail's asleep now, she replied. Thought that I came to change the card you had asked at the Moonstone. Did you find the answer you were seeking? Yes, but they weren't the answers that I wanted to hear. He felt it still too soon to tell what happened even to his mother's cat. Through the leaf, Cinderpelt didn't press him. Coming back to his stand, he bent her head, gave her ear a comforting lick. Have faith, she assured him. StarClan is watching over us, and everything will be all right. A claw of anger pierced Firestar. It's long to tell her the StarClan has lied to them, and their ancestors and allowed the clan to leave the forest and spread everything in the warrior code. But he could not bring himself to poison Cinderpelt's faith, to spill bile onto everything she believed. Somehow he knew this was his problem and his alone. Without the help of StarClan, without any remembrance facing those warrior ancestors, he must find a way of dealing with it.